The Masterpiece is looking for a return to the WWE. No, we're not talking about Stacy Keibler's legs. We're talking about the one, the only, Chris Masters. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. And yes, the Masterpiece, the star of the Ruthless Aggression era. Maybe not the star, maybe not a star, but I thought he was okay, alright? I like Chris Masters in the Ruthless Aggression era. Maybe we'll get him in the new era, whatever you call the 2024 era, the shitey era of professional wrestling. Could we see Chris Masters return in this era? Possibly, because the former WWE star has been working for various independent promotions in recent years, but he published a video to Instagram saying that 2024 is going to be a big return. He wants to return to national TV, he wants to be in a big company, and he wants to make a big impact. Does that mean he's going to go back on the steroids and try and get bigger? I remember when DX pretty much deflated his entire career, Triple H made a joke about Masters being off the steroids when he was looking smaller. I mean, and that pretty much killed the guy. But let's keep it real here. Triple H, he looked a hell of a lot smaller too when he went off the gear. So stop throwing shade, Triple H. Your big fucking nose. Stop that shit. Anyway, that's what Chris Masters had to say on his Instagram account. Quote, "I'm looking to see what's out there for me. The last couple of years, I've been at NWA. I've been trying to develop myself and kind of evolve my character in every way I possibly could. And now, I'd like to bring that to AEW, Impact Wrestling, and of course, WWE." End of quote. He also posted to his Twitter, we had him with some belt, or I don't know what belt it was, but he had a belt around his waist, and the caption of the video was, "And now the participant who drew number 2, obviously making a hint that he could be coming back for the Royal Rumble. Is Chris Masters a possibility? Look, maybe. People will say he improved, people say he tried in his second stint, and I'm not denying that. I think he did. I think he was probably a better performer in his second stint, but there's no doubt in my mind that his first stint was far superior. He came in looking like $1,000,000 fucking bucks, alright? You want to talk about someone that looks like a star, a professional wrestler. This guy came out. He had the entrance music was great. It was like this. It was almost like a prize kind of theme where the sole focus was on him being this like fucking Hercules looking body. He came out. He had like this robe on. He'd take the robe off. Then he'd do all this flexing and muscles and showing off on the ramp. They had the fireworks going off in the background. And then he used to do the Master Lock challenge where he'd put you in the Master Lock and you had to see if you could break out of it. And all that stuff was great. I thought Chris Masters looked the part. Now, unfortunately, when it came to in the ring, he wasn't that great. I mean, his matches weren't fantastic. His best run was probably his tag team with Carlito, because obviously he wasn't being in the ring 100% of the time. Carlito was doing most of the workload. So I would say that was probably Carlito. I would say that was Chris Masters' best spell in WWE in terms of in-ring when he was tag team champions with Carlito. But overall, look, I think Chris Masters is good. I like Chris Masters. He's alright. This guy returning to WWE, would it be a bad thing? No, I don't care about his age. People saying he's old. He's not old. Just because he's been... Well, he is old, but so is everyone else. You know, just because this guy was around in the Ruthless Aggression era, everyone's assuming that it's like, you can't bring him back. The guy's ancient, but he's only 40. He's still younger than most WWE main eventers. You look at the WWE main roster, pretty much everybody is, if they're not 40, they're above 40. Everyone's like late 30s, if not, they're 44, 45, 46. The WWE roster is extremely old, and I'm not saying signing Chris Masters is the best thing, because I get it, he is in his 40s, and what are we going to do with this guy? But I think they could do worse. I think you could certainly do worse than bringing back the Masterpiece. Like, I think it was a good gimmick back in the day, although it was almost 20 years ago. Are they just going to go back and do the same thing? I'm not too sure. I think it was good back in the day. They didn't really take full advantage of it. Do we really need to see a second Chris Masters run? Look, if the guy comes back, then, I mean, why not? Give him a chance or whatnot. But I personally don't think WWE would be the best place for him. He's just going to get lost in the pack. Chris Masters is the kind of guy, and I don't mean any offence to him, but if he did return to WWE, he'd be released within 2 years. I think he should probably go to Impact Wrestling. I think he could do a decent job there. Or would he do okay in AEW? I mean, maybe, but you look at the AEW roster and it's like everyone just gets lost in the pack there as well. Everyone gets lost in the shuffle. So I think he's a decent name. I think maybe TNA would be his best bet. You know, they're rebranding, they're trying to make a go for it. He's definitely got more chance of being successful and having a better run in TNA than he does the other two companies. So if I was Masters, I'd personally go to TNA. Anyway, guys, let us know what you would do. With your Masters, would you go to TNA, would you go to WWE, or would you go to AEW? And would you like to see Chris Masters return to wrestling? Let us know down below, and we'll catch you in the next one. But until then, peace.